A man just wanted to take a sip of water, but to his surprise, the water that flowed out was green. He tried to open the window for some fresh air, but instead, he was greeted by an apocalyptic scene. The man was stunned. Not far away, 3 collapsed buildings were stacked together with ropes tying them up. Cars even leaped off the overpass. The man thought he was losing his mind and rushed to the hospital for a checkup. At the hospital, the male nurse handed him 3 sticks, and the man obediently put them in his mouth, ears, and buttocks. Unexpectedly, the machine started beeping. It turned out that the nurse had misplaced the equipment, and the man had to do it all over again. After the examination, he went to see the doctor. It wasn't until he saw the newspaper on the table that the man realized he had traveled 500 years into the future. In this future, everyone had a tattoo on their wrist representing their identity. The doctor discovered that the man had no identification and immediately pressed the alarm. The man was arrested by the police on the spot and sent to court in a cage. Although the court provided him with a lawyer, the lawyer took him straight into a building. The man was then strangled and escorted to an examination room because everyone had to take an intelligence test before entering prison. What is 1 + 1?
2?
The man answered the most challenging question in 500 years correctly. It turned out that the intelligence of humans in this world had become extremely low. 500 years ago, highly intelligent people didn't want children, while those with low intelligence were lazy and loved to have offspring. As a result, human intelligence had been steadily declining. To preserve the genes of high intelligence, scientists were preparing to conduct a secret hibernation experiment by putting a man and a woman in hibernation pods. However, not long after the experiment began, the scientist in charge was arrested due to improper conduct, and the project was forgotten. The laboratory was demolished, and the hibernation pods were thrown into a landfill. As human intelligence continued to decline, the garbage in the landfill piled up into mountains. Finally, one day, the garbage mountain collapsed, and millions of tons of garbage poured into the city. The hibernation pods were carried by the garbage into people's homes, and that's how Jack woke up from his hibernation.